Okay, I'm a little bit late setting everything up, unfortunately, but I'm here and I'm ready. And it's going to be the Arc. Yes, that is what's next. So let me get everything up and running, and then we will be ready to go. Oh dear, now I can hear myself. I can't stand that. Okay, let me know when you guys can hear me and when you're ready to go over this field. An excellent field today for the Arc, which I didn't feel the need to link, apparently. Thanks a lot, Stuart. Who's in charge here? Hi, everybody. I'm glad you guys can hear me. I got a little bit distracted answering people's questions because today I'm answering all sorts of random questions, from what did I do wrong to I'm missing an equipment piece to who's the best son of this sire line, stuff like that. We're just doing it today, guys, with the random questions. Not every day that happens, but that's what happens when I don't want to do an article. So, yeah. So, true story about the Arc. I had planned to call it, obviously. I was excited to call it. And I booked an MC, and everything was glorious. And I even booked a babysitter tonight. Like, I was ready. We were going to call the Arc. I know it was just one race, but I wanted to give it my best shot or whatever. And then came the awkward moment yesterday, about 24 hours ago, where I found out that this is in the morning. And this is our first time doing a morning broadcast. This race is not tonight. So, had to cancel the MC, cancel the babysitter. Yeah, whoops. But here we are. Luckily, I figured that out now and not after the results were posted. Yeah. So yes, the Arc. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out if it's part of like the pick 6. Do I need to turn this off? Can someone tell me? That'd be great. All right. Here we go. There are 12 horses in this race, and I know because I got a grumpy text message from Cleopatra that time limit drew the outside post. That was nice to wake up to. Thanks, Cleo. This is a $6 million race going a mile and a half on the grass in Paris. I would love to go to this event in real life. I have not yet done that, but I know lots of people who have. The number one horse is Rostov for Ryan Whitehead. He did breed this horse. This guy's earned $4.9 million, so clearly not a slow animal. He won a Grade 1 race 2 back. He did finish 4th in the Chicago Million last out. He's had 2.5 weeks of rest since then. One thing I want to point out about this race actually is that, one, where did my past performances just go? Why did they close? That was not convenient. 2, this seems to me to be the battle of 3-year-olds, which very rarely do well in the Arc, although lately they've been doing better, versus the older horses, because you've got a bunch of 3-year-olds in here and then a bunch of 5- and 6-year-olds, and it just seems like they're in 2 different classes, and here's the battle. Yeah, there's literally only one 4-year-old in this race. How weird is that? That's very rare. So anyway, back to Rostov. Sorry, he's a son of Stalingrad who did win this race. He's 11 for 25 lifetime. His highest speed figure to date has been a 96, but this year, and in fact in the past 2 years, he hasn't run faster than an 89. So, oh no, he did run a 90 in that win 2 back. But still, is a 90 going to be enough to win today? I don't see why not. The Arcs don't tend to be crazy fast, except for that one time where all the horses broke down because they went too fast. Thanks a lot, computer. Don't worry, things have been fixed since then. This is a guy, he can either go, show speed, and be on the lead, or he can lay off the pace, so he's very versatile, this Rostov. Ryan Whitehead likes to try new things. He's got this nice 3-year-old filly that he's running against the boys tonight, and by tonight, I mean, that might have already happened because I think it was in Asia, and I get confused as to which time zone's which. It'd be nice to see him get a big win here today in the Arc. Next up is the first of the 3-year-olds, and this is Fireproof for Laura Ferguson, a steward bred that she paid $7.6 million for. This guy's earned just under $1 million. Surely, no matter what happens today, even if he's last in the next 2 years, he'll break the multi-million-dollar mark. This guy is almost undefeated, and the only horse that he's ever lost to is King Michael, and King Michael is not in the field today. Michael will be going in the Stewards Cup Turf, and it'll be interesting to see which of these horses wheel out of this race into the turf and which ones just go, nah, and retire or point to week 1 because, again, only one horse has ever done the double of the Arc and the Stewards Cup Turf in the same year. So Fireproof is coming off a win against older horses in the Toronto International. 5-for-7 Lifetime. Before that, he was second by a nose to King Michael in the Virginia Derby, but he did win the Louisville Bunbury, and that was over Night March, who's a very nice horse for Kane Saracen, and Satono Moon, who's also in this race. Next up, we have Chance Encounter for Nick Gilmore. Chance Encounter is another Stalingrad son, another one that's run his fastest at a 96 Lifetime. He's been up and down his whole career. Like, he's clearly a good horse. He's won a whole bunch of Grade 1 races. He won the Prince of England Stakes last year. He ran, what am I trying to say? Where to go? He ran second in the Ireland Champion Stakes last year. This year, maybe not as good. He did win a Grade 2 race, 2 back. He was 7th, though, in the Chicago Million. Seems to like Europe a little bit more than he likes the States because he does a little bit better out here. So let's see if a return to form can happen today for Chance Encounter and Nick Gilmore. This is a homebred. Number 4 is Quieter Time, one of 2 John Oxette horses in here. And John Oxette did not know what he had with this guy. He debuted this son of Ishino Sunday at a mile against winners, and he ran 5th. Then he stretches him out to a mile and a 16th, and the horse airs. He wins with an 86. So then he cuts back to a mile. Instead of running in the Stewards Cup Bunbury, he cuts back to a mile in the Juvenile Turf, and this horse runs 4th. Since then, he's been running a distance of ground. He ran a 100 last out in Switzerland. Before that, he ran a 98 in the Italian Derby. Those were his only 2 starts past a mile and 16th. This horse clearly loves going long. The question, obviously, like, he hasn't been facing the best competition. He hasn't won a Grade 1 race. So is he for real or is he a pretender? He's only got $252,000 in earnings, but going long on the grass, he is very, very fast. Next up is the next John Oxette horse in the race, and this is Gray Street. If the younger, Quieter Time cannot get it done, perhaps it will be Gray Street. He won 2 races in a row this year, one in Spain and one in Germany, but last out he was 4th in the Prix des Champs-Élysées. How'd that go for me? 10-for-17 Lifetime. This is obviously a very legit horse. He can show up. He does not have a Grade 1 win this year, but he did take the King George last year over King George and the Great Filly Queen of Atlantis. So definitely a contender. Gray Street here today. Next up is 3-year-old Donald Trump. Danny Derby currently not here because he is in Alaska. This horse is coming off 2 straight wins in Grade 1s in South America. The son of Sydney is 4-for-7 Lifetime, has run a career best speed figure of a 90, and Danny named this horse to be kind of trolly, and it would be really trolly of the sim to make this horse win the Arc when Danny's not here. That's pretty funny. Whoa, I just kicked myself out of the chat. That was not ideal. Yeah, anyway, next up is number 7, Leave Them Wondering. And this is a Mike Springer-owned steward bred that he paid $946,000 for, and the horse has earned $500,000 back. He's a son of Calgon, who you may know better as the sire of Coleman Hill, I think. And this horse is coming off a win in an allowance race, going a mile and a quarter on a yielding turf course. Before that, he was 6th in the Prince of England and 3rd in the London Cup. Both of those are Grade 1 events. He has not won a stakes race since week 4 of year 46. That's last year, and that was in Hong Kong. So he's here to pick up the pieces. He's probably not going to win. His lifetime best speed figure is only an 88, but he is 5-for-19 lifetime, but he has been in the top 3 spots 11 times. Next up, we have another 3-year-old, and this is the Tear Slayer, and I really do like this one. He is 5-for-6 lifetime for Jerry Hardy. Again, it's really hard for the 3-year-olds to win this race, but, well, I mean, look at them. They're kind of fancy this year. This horse's only loss was to Satono Moon, who is in this race today. Before that, he won the London Times Trophy. That's that crazy race that is at the end of the year, week 16 every year. It's basically like the Stewards Cup in Europe for 2-year-olds. It's just a really good race. This year, he has won back-to-back Group 1 races, including the Gran Premio Carlos Pellegrini, which is the biggest race for grass horses in South America. He beat older horses to do that. So, yeah, the Tier Slayer by the Grey Gatsby is pretty fancy. Next up, we have Peace Pipe for Carolyn Eaton. This is the lone 4-year-old in this race, and he is royally bred. The Dam Olive Branch did win this ARC, I don't know, a while ago now, kind of a while ago. 97 is his highest speed figure lifetime, so he is the second quickest horse in the race, I do believe. He lost a time limit last out, but before that, he won 3 races in a row. One of those was the Grade 1 London Cup, and he did only miss a time limit by a length. He's got the pedigree. Carolyn Eaton can win a big race. This horse, definite contender, and would make my 3-year-old versus the 5- and 6-year-old argument completely null. Oh, I gotta go faster, because we're only 1 minute to post-ish. Next up, we have Andy Loves April for Tim Matthews, and I love this gritty old gelding by Homeland Security. 14 for 28 lifetime. That is some good race placement. $1.5 million earned. He has not won a race since this week last year, and that was in India. He won the Grade 1 Indian Classic, but since then he's been second in a Grade 1, third, second in a Grade 1, third in a Grade 1, and then second in his prep for this race by only a head. Probably should have won that race, so this guy knows how to finish in the top 3 spots. He has only been worse than third 7 times in his long career. Next up, we have the last 3-year-old in the race, and that is Satono Moon. I love this half-brother to Queen of Atlantis by Satono Diamond. He's coming off a win in the Irish Derby. Before that, he was second to Night March by a length in the London Derby. Kind of surprised Night March isn't here. Where's Night March at? Probably should be here because all of his friends are. He started out his career with 3 straight wins, and then he lost to that good old King Michael. It'll be interesting to see which of these horses do decide to go up against King Michael next out, or next year when they're all older and fancy and fast. Carol Hansen bred and owns this guy. I really like him. Just under $1 million in earnings. And last but not least is that good old time limit. He has run a 100 speed figure in his career, so he is tied with Quieter Time for the fastest speed figure. $8.2 million earned for a $3 million purchase, 15 for 25 lifetime. The ARC is basically the one big race that he hasn't won yet. He was second in the Stewards Cup last year. He won in Dubai last year. He has run well in the Pegasus in the past. So, yeah, he's basically a rich, fancy horse that's, like, I'd say he's your favorite. The outside draw, not ideal for the Son of Two-Tone, but what can you do? He has overcome such obstacles in the past for owner Cleopatra. And there you go. That is the field for this race that we're about to call. And we're going to close the betting for it, because, again, I think I'm supposed to do that. And we're going to close the betting for the actual race. Betting pool is at $33,500, maybe. I kind of closed it before I read the whole thing. And now I have to find the race. Is anyone still listening to me? Oh, I know. When I busted the chat, I stopped seeing you guys. That happened to me yesterday, too. Hey, look at all those people talking to me. Got it. Okay, anyway, yeah, post time, 1.5 mile arc. Literally have, just barely glanced at this chart, so should probably do that again before I call this race. All right. Keep in mind that all racetracks in the game are mile dirt tracks or mile turf tracks, with the mile dirt track ones have the 7 furlong turf course on the inside, so this is a mile turf track, which means that they will start on the backside, come down past us, and then go around again, going 1.5 miles. They're off in the $6 million arc, and it was a good break for all. Satono Moon shows speed, and he's going to go out to the lead early. Here's Andy Loves April and Donald Trump flashing speed, then Rostov. Time Limit, Peace Pipe, and Chance Encounter. Fireproof is back 8th, alongside Leave Them Wondering, Quieter Time, Gray Street, and the Tier Slayer is the early trailer. So they go around that far turn coming towards us for the first time, and it is Satono Moon on a long rein leading by 2. Andy Loves April and Donald Trump, Rostov right there too. 3 across the track with Time Limit back 5th. Peace Pipe, Chance Encounter, Fireproof, then Leave Them Wondering, Quieter Time, Gray Street, and the Tier Slayer is the trailer. They're strung out a little bit as they come past us, past the wire the first time. Satono Moon, he is leading by 4 lengths, now 5. He's drumming along, and he looks happy out there with his ears up. Andy Loves April is in second, 2 lengths in front of Donald Trump. That one's got a length on Time Limit and Rostov, those two right together. Then Peace Pipe, 3 across the track, 3 back to Chance Encounter and Leave Them Wondering. Quieter Time and Fireproof are right together. Fireproof has lost 2 spots. Gonna have to kick it in here if he wants to win today. Then Gray Street, and the Tear Slayer is about 15 lengths off the leader. That leader is Satono Moon, and he leads by 6 now. Satono Moon very happy out here. Andy Loves April is second, then Donald Trump. Time Limit, Rostov, Peace Pipe, Chance Encounter, Leave Them Wondering, Quieter Time. They're coming to the half-mile pole, and Satono Moon, he still leads by 6. And here comes Quieter Time. Whoa, through horses. Quieter Time. He's come from 9th up into 2nd, and he's chasing Satono Moon. Rostov is up 3rd and coming on, and here's Time Limit chasing him. Fireproof is hot on their heels, and Andy Loves April is dropped out. They've come to the top of the stretch. Satono Moon, he's all out now. Here comes Quieter Time to collar him. Fireproof is there too. Rostov and Time Limit. It is Satono Moon trying to hold on. Quieter Time has dead aim on him. Satono Moon, Quieter Time, Fireproof there too, and Quieter Time gets the better of Satono Moon. 3-year-olds, 1, 2, 3 in the arc. It's Quieter Time, Satono Moon, and then Fireproof. They were well clear of Rostov in 4th, then Time Limit, Peace Pipe, Chance Encounter, and Andy Loves April. The official winner is Quieter Time. He's a 3-year-old black colt by Ashino Sunday out of Sahara Kiss by Hurry Up and Wait. He's a homebred for John Exet, and this is his 5th win in 8 starts. I do not think we have ever had a horse this lightly raced win the Arc. Poor Satono Moon, he led every jump except for the last 2. That's cruel. Horse I was really disappointed from today was the Tear Slayer. I kind of was like losing where I was in the chart because I kept waiting for him to make his move, and I kept looking and it didn't happen. Thanks all for being here for our first morning broadcast. I hope you liked it. Let's do more of them. They're fun, huh? I'll be here for about another hour or 2 answering your questions. No contest today. We'll save that for 13, math is hard, 13 days from now during Stewards Cup. I forget how to turn this off. Oh, there it is. Bye, guys. Have a good day.